gave them the finger, just trashed Americans, and says why he will do it again. They can make millions, drive fancy cars, and live in mansions, but they just can't seem to be able to leave the ghetto, no matter how much they try. Kansas City Chiefs player Marcus Peters has been protesting the national anthem for quite some time now. Of course, the ungrateful millionaire has also made it quite clear that he is not obligated to talk about it or issue a reason for his decision to not stand. Instead, he blames those who have been insulted by his disrespect and accuses them of having it all wrong about him. Yes, I bet we all have it all wrong. Seeing as how NFL TV viewership and attendance has fallen since these despicable protests started, he finally decided to break his arrogant silence and to give excuses about his protests in order to shed more light on the issue. I ain't trying to get into a back-and-forth conversation of me trying to prove that I'm not being disrespectful or that I am being disrespectful toward the American flag. Man, come on, man. I'm an American, bruh. I'm an African American that was born in this wonderful country that we all can live in. How about we start all protecting each other and come together, you feel me? It will be better for it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, bruh, but I'm just getting tired. We need to talk about something new. If y'all wanna talk about the protest, man, give my man Colin Kaepernick a call. And he'll tell you straight up. Because nobody's hollered at him and asked him. When the first person raised his fist at the Olympics, right, he was showing that he was proud of who he was. Referring to John Carlos and Tommy Smith's protest at the 1968 Olympics, that's all I was doing. As you can tell by his very eloquent statement, he is just making excuses for the inexcusable. He has never protested the culture of rape, abuse, and drugs the NFL has been faced with, so he decides to protest America and all she stands for. All we stand for. ABC reports. Chiefs CB Marcus Peters caught on camera shouting profanity at fan. Kansas City, Missouri. Chiefs coach Andy Reid said he has spoken with cornerback Marcus Peters about his apparent use of profanity directed to a fan during Monday night's game against Washington at Arrowhead Stadium. I had a chance to see what took place, Reid said. We can't go in that direction. It's been addressed. I love the compete in the kid. I appreciate his work ethic and everything else, but as professionals that's not something we want to take place. Peters was caught by TV cameras shouting at a fan behind the Chiefs bench after allowing a touchdown pass in the third quarter of the game, won by the Chiefs 29-20. The incident was shown live on ESPN's broadcast. After issuing his statement about Peters' outburst, Reid declined to answer further questions about the incident. Peters was also among several players from both teams involved in an incident at midfield during pregame warm-ups. Players were joining with one another and had to be separated by coaches. Peters was the last Chiefs player to be pulled from the incident. Peters, who rarely speaks to reporters during the week, was not in the locker room Wednesday. He spoke volumes after the game, though, telling reporters in front of his locker that I killed my damn self by giving up the touchdown catches. He claimed that Pryor pushed off on the first, but that's the game of football. And he ultimately called his performance hella weak. Peters also drew the ire of many fans for sitting during the national anthem, something that he's done regularly since last year, even though he stood with the rest of the Chiefs for a moment of silence to honor the victims of the Las Vegas shooting. Asked whether the message Peters is trying to deliver by sitting has gotten lost amid his antics, Reid replied, "I'm just going to leave it with the statement that I mentioned." The Associated Press contributed to this report. In a way, let's hope these ignorant players keep up this nonsense. People who clearly can't even read, write, or speak English correctly, have no business being millionaires. All these ball tossers will have to go out and make an honest living like the rest of us. In a job where if you don't understand the language you will suffer dearly for it. It's inconceivable that a person who tosses a ball for a living gets millions to do so, while the very soldiers who protect this thug's right to spew his garbage make peanuts. It's about time us Americans did some soul searching and started to put things into perspective. Sports are done for fun, not for millions or to be used as a platform to spew your ignorance and hate towards the nation who has given you all. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.